What is going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with some not so breaking Cleveland Browns free agency news for you guys. Of course, this news came out right before I was set to do my NBA playoff predictions, which is why this is coming out a little later than I would have liked it to. I mean, this isn't really a big time signing. It's good depth, but still, gotta make a video about it. So, anyways, the Browns decided to beef up their defensive line a little bit more, as according to Daniel Oyefusi on Twitter, and I quote, the Browns have signed defensive end Julian Okwara, the team announced. Okwara, 27, had 1 sack in 13 games with the Cardinals last season, 10 career sacks since entering the league as a third-round pick of the Lions in 2020. And for those wondering, yes, he does have a brother named Romeo, who in my opinion is the superior Okwara. I mean, you look at their stats. I mean, Romeo is a damn stud. Julian ain't bad. It's just that his stats just don't compare to Romeo's. Let's be real. Because I'm sure someone might have gotten him confused and thought we got Romeo, but no. Julian is not the best brother, but still pretty good, though. Good depth. Not too mad about this. Can never go wrong with depth, especially at the D-line position, right? Now, we take a look. Here's the Browns' official announcement on Twitter, and I quote, bolstering our defensive line, we've signed defensive end Julian Okwara. Yeah, all right. Now, background info on Mr. Okwara. He's 27. He's actually from London, United Kingdom. Okay. All right. Born on December 27th. Wow, 2 days after Christmas. He was almost a Christmas baby. How about that, huh? Dang, that's crazy. Imagine almost being born on Christmas. That would have been the most dope-ass birthday ever. Imagine the presents he would have gotten if he was born on Christmas. I mean, you get your Christmas presents from Santa Claus, and then you get your birthday presents. And you get to have cake on Christmas. It'd be insane. Sharing a birthday with Jesus. Imagine that. Wow. Of course, he went to college at Notre Dame, too. Drafted by the Lions in the 3rd round, 67th overall of the 2020 NFL Draft. So he was also 2 picks away from having a very nice pick position. So close. Wow. Now we take a look at his stats. And like I said, not amazing, but solid. Obviously, his best year came in 2021, 5 sacks with the Lions as a linebacker. Maybe that's why his stats weren't that great. They had him playing linebacker. And I can imagine you put him at defensive end, I'm sure his stats will blossom, especially playing alongside the guys that we have already. Mm-hmm. It's kind of funny, too, because he's like the exact opposite of Jerome Baker. Jerome is a linebacker that can play defensive end. It seems Julian is a defensive end that can kind of play some linebacker. They're kind of like the exact same type. Okay. But yeah, like I said, can never go wrong with depth, especially in the NFL these days. But overall, I'm not going to, get too excited about it. I'm not going to come out here, and getting all hyped about this signing. It's a good signing. I've actually heard of him, which is nice. But yeah, I think he could definitely make some noise on the roster. That's for sure. Now, before I wrap this video up, just before I went to make this video, I saw a tweet that really had me thinking about the draft. As from Underdog NFL, from Albert Breer, and I quote, Shedeur Sanders, unlikely to go number 2 to the Browns or number 3 to the Giants in the draft. I'm starting to hear more and more about that. Ironically, there's more noise about that around the same time that noise about the Browns going Travis Hunter at 2 is starting to pick up. You guys notice that? It's really starting to sound like the Browns are probably going to go Travis Hunter at 2 overall. And me, obviously, I would be all for it. You get me a playmaker like that on this team, oh my God. He'd be insane, man. He'd go crazy. You know? The aura around Travis Hunter is exactly what you would want around this team. He's a gamer, right? And he's not a troublemaker, too. If you want to know what he does off the field, I mean, I see him doing live streams with Kai Cenat and that, doing dances and such. Kai Cenat was literally on stream with him saying, yo, dude, next time you score a touchdown, do this touchdown dance. I mean, you know, he's like a little kid at heart. You love to see it. You know, when he's not playing football, he's playing video games. You love to see that, right? I can just imagine after a big win, you see him on freaking Twitch playing video games and such. Browns fans in the chat hyping him up, saying, yo, man, that was a dope-ass catch you had this game or whatever this week. You know, you really freaking mossed that freaking bum-ass corner. Now you have to wonder, if we take Travis Hunter, would Jim Schwartz be devious enough to have a few packages available of him on defense, if needed? Could you just imagine if there was a game where Travis Hunter, let's say, went crazy on offense, right? Has like maybe over 100 yards receiving, maybe 2 touchdowns. And then he gets a pick or 2 on defense. Oh my God, brother. That would be insane. He scores touchdowns and he prevents them. He's even come out and said he wants to play both sides. Now, obviously, the NFL is a way different game. Way more grueling. I think whatever team drafts him would probably have a few packages for Travis Hunter on defense. Maybe even special teams. Would not be shocked if the Browns put him on special teams at times, too, to return punts. That's how electric he is. That would be fun. Yeah, I'm so just ready for this draft to get here. We're just over a week away. It's almost here, guys. The noise is going to pick up, and we'll see how many more times it changes. It could switch back to Abdul Carter tomorrow. Who knows? But right now, it sounds like it'll be Travis Hunter. And I'm all for it. I've said many times already. As long as it's one of the top 4, the big 4, I'm fine with it. If the Browns trade down, it depends on who they trade down for. Obviously, you guys know who we would have to take for me to crash out. There's like really one name really that I would crash out if we took. You guys already know who it is. So that's pretty much going to do it for this one. Oh, the heck? Oh yeah, Max Crosby named as the assistant general manager for football at Eastern Mich. Good for him. Good for him. Starting to see that a lot now. You know, professional athletes are becoming like GMs of their university for their sport. That's pretty cool. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Not really going to say too much about Okwara. You know, he's a solid depth addition. Nothing much else I could say. So, welcome to the Browns, Julian, and see what you can do. So, with that being said, I'm Crazy Dog. As always, be sure to give this video a big like, subscribe, hit the bell, thumbs up. You already know. I'm all over the place today. We gotta love it. It's a freaking Monday. Boy. But I'll see you guys later. I'm Crazy Dog. Let's go, Browns. And I'm out. Yeah, Mike Budenholzer got fired, in case you guys didn't hear. That's tough. Bye.